Say to your papa Baumia Eba Kroma or back room as a sitting vice president. The protocol no and they say executives idinachi. There's nothing wrong with that. And no interest on Betomano. Say Oba as a vice president. You see, Papa Ujinaho in two persons. Okay. Or your vice president no say your candidate Dr. Baumia. Nipana Udinechi say vice president Aba omo channel around the region. I have nothing wrong with that. I see my good friends who are with him are omo regional executives, are constituency executives. But there's so Ophil say in his head, and I'll be surprised if Ophil say the fact that Omudinechi ne chrese ombeto amani dia, then natures of politics non tiasie.
He's doomed forever.
No, not on tiasie. Entino look. Say ebia me papa Allen ana Ken Kobe bina uhunse nipa pia ba. They are meeting delegates. Me kojo Poku, me kosubia na me fresh subin delegates a oma omu shia Allen ni nyina no oma ba bi shia me. Oma omu shia ba omu ni nyina no oma bi shia me. Enye wa oye delegate I support ba omu abrao. Dabi we call for all the delegates to come. Say me kwabre na me frɛ kwabre all the 1,400 will come. Enti baby obehu nipa pibia Asia obi no. It is the delegates of the party omu share the aspirant, and every single person okwa sadom na beba. What does that mean? It doesn't mean say ombeto ama omu ba bi tie wasem. Eye asema wo be kan kire wo the message you have and no ne be determine who the delegates will vote for. Me asemba ko pe na make catch delegates be amako bia delegates no they should shine their eyes.
Now they should do what?
Shine their eyes. Omo enhwe nyoma bi ye.
Okay. Omo money pa.
Omo bia omani.
Because do you have problem with party chairman, party executives are omo declare omo support for candidates in do you have
your friend enhwehwe ni mu politics. Simple. Or can amount. You see, look. Me call Maminka story benchamo. Dr. Baumia call Northern Region. Or started so kasa be I think 5 minutes. No almost as almost tonyum. Men kasa you we've endorsed you. Men kasa we've endorsed you. Means who's that video now. Northern Region, right? Ni now watch it na me call her. To me call her me need the same chairman. Kasa ne executives no. Me kasa be 5 minutes am you call. Na me say na mo tonyum no. Say nyumben na say abi dem atese how ba o kasa 5 minutes pe na ye mo to nyum sama endorse afi no bi esre na me kasa bi nchiro
na echire.
It doesn't mean anything. The song singing now o motoma no it doesn't mean anything because after that conversation no koya to nyum man no me koya me ko share 17 of the 18 constituency chairman no me ni omu nyina bako edi nkomo kukuam enyum no enyum no mutomano no so Ophil says enyum no mutomano na enyum mutomano dia he is mistaken
and Oma declare support to Mancro for
opinion mu politics minua and listen look 120 me te say minua kan alliance bi asem yeti krom ha ena yate se nipa 120 MPs are supporting nipa bako Obia didn't have a problem with that, right? Now if I'm going to say nipa 80B support to be afe na
and okay because Matisia
no maminka we are talking among ourselves. You see I don't know why
you are talking among yourselves.
Yes. Why not?
18
you and who? All the 9.
9 yeah.
You and who?
Out of the 10, the 9 among the only person who is not talking among ourselves is the vice president. No, I'm telling you the truth. We talk hold on. Oh, na say ye babe ye election and come be ni. There are concerns. Your concerns. One, how would the election be held? You will see you to me say na ebia mati delegates ni no mo kasa o say ya ntunu ba bi baako a ebia intimidation beba. Nti any party in kasa ni ntunu ba bi baako. Yes okay. Eni yemfa yen sanhye krata ase na yemfa nkoma party. Nipa 9 ye di ensa hye krata ase edin a wo pepa ne so no na 10 nipa 9 san ye doctor
more than 99%.
More than 99%.
Nipa 9 no
said there and his American say.
So and you say be a more for me and
no. Why is there we are in a college of our own. From the day that all 10 of us came through vetting, we are now in a league of our own. It's a league of 10. We are a special group of people. So it will be a mistake if we don't talk among ourselves. But let me tell you why I even think, I encourage the talking among ourselves. After October 24th, 5 be free. You might want some of the people now be free to support you. So why wouldn't you talk among ourselves? Because there's a likelihood, Nipo be free muno, ABN support you. But you should start warming up to everybody. I didn't say, Dr. Oting, radio station Kumasi was saying. I didn't. Only radio station a cheap program or radio station therefore cheap program region back. Why does one person? Why doesn't he only have one station doing chi? But he has 4 stations doing chi in the same region. I didn't try. Because he realized he needs to compensate for what one person is doing, what the other person is not doing. And to compete for market size, over 4 chi stations offering 4 different things. Yeah, in the pattern, everybody offers something different. So if eventually there will be one winner, he was not somebody I talked to.
A fine gentleman.
We text.
Yeah.
So I'm getting to know him.
Okay.
One day, he might say, "Oh, Kwadwo is a nice person. I'll support him." Okay. Ejako might be talking to Adenimo because Ebi Onimno. But we talk among ourselves not because we want to form an alliance. We need to get to know ourselves because we are in a special college of people. Nobody can take that away from us. So let's not, you see, even if there is supposed to be a coming together, it will be an individual decision by the individual party. Hackman, the chairman of the Council of Elders, came to say we should explore a consensus candidate. He came and said that, right? What was he talking about the consensus candidate? That's what he said. He was on Joy News and he granted an interview. Enti member obi yemu isheno say ABR there's a gang up or whatever. Look, the letter I saw which I signed, there was 10 names to be signed. Yes, sign nipa akopena and sign, which is doctor. So nobody stopped him from being part of the conversation. Okay, your person in share baby back. Because a special college, what kind of constitution now? Constitution is there will be a special college that would now shortlist NIPA 5 to be presented to the November election. In 2014, when this thing was exercised, almost 2 regions. And we think that by the law or by the virtue of a special college should converge. They should all meet in one place and cast their vote. And we think that 2014, it was exercised wrongly. The EPC correct it.
Okay.
Now, secondly, we share timetable now passing the by now. Oma make provision for a runoff in the 24th election. November 4th election, they Omo make a provision for a runoff. But in the shortlisting of the 5, there could be a runoff. Because NIPA 10, so shortlisted 5, NIPA November now. In case NIPA 2, enya high numbers, but NIPA 5, enya the same numbers are. How do you choose 3 to add to the 2 to present 5? So there's a possibility that there could be same numbers, which will create a necessity to say a year runoff. Into those are concerns are yede to party in him. And that is why yede and such a kratasi. But there is nothing like an alliance or a gang up.
All right, I party no questions. Me GD a party for ETS. I bring oma satisfied. Don't pursue muti at the efru. Yenim so se party no EU no abe present you edo amaye na yen so ya kire ya adwene ewo so ma me misa Ghana for question bi sabre wo hwe ye inflation is around 40 something %. The Ghana for hwe nimu ne se ebia IMF nka ye nko hobi na ye betimi asiesie sika asem ne nkoman no aye kama e de amaye nyina now Ghanaians ehwehwe obi a obetimi abeten ne mama ya amaye economy no asini dadam na asanso aye yebi o what's ahoden no a obetimi de aten ne ma e de ama Ghana for baby inflation na 42%.
They be amaka say dipa obeye mampanyini no or say at least or what 360 view on a lot of things. Yeah, because we have the men. A president cannot know everything. No. A president should at least have a 360 view on a lot of things. Now, let's talk economics and finance.
Sure.
Okay. Say, yeba abaimu 2016. Me can say, though we have promised certain things on the campaign, now you were IMF in 2017. Now, because of the doomsaw and all those things, we have a very slow rate of the GDP. Now you're rating a very slow. IMF now how in say you're promising your base so in 2017 budget now you better in this review yinja now for 1 year and steady economy no then budget what 2017 November to be implemented because NDC for more economy budget November 2016.
Yeah.
We should have left that budget. Now you new share economy na to understand the state of the economy. Now then November 2017 really budget to be implementing budget for 2018. And no na yamayati economy na say. A lot of things happened within that time. Where you freedom some mobile not granted NDC for assign all these power purchase agreements, okay, which are now called for excess capacity. It was there, it's true, because now excess capacity ni no that take or pay no now also you excess cano. But now I feel say nana do abino omo anti country no the finances of where we are no omo anti now. With the task of take or pay now, uchia billions of dollars to companies are offer power uchia no. Then we went into to now do the banking sector reform. Banking sector reform nipa feel say ye disika eco share banks mudebi. The banking sector reform no near started at that and sana MPP abayin ba. But they ko buy any say na enko for the omusika depositors money. Kumasi hey savings and loans ni bi egu ni pesika akwese mo ahye enti nanado if you say as a father for all no they went and borrowed money to pay the depositors money which is the 24 billion aya can ho asem no right I Poku felt that was a mistake because 24 billion at that time no was about $5 billion. Okay, the economy of the country could not sustain that borrowing. Because you see, okay, finance document BIS say we need to build a resilient economy. What is a resilient economy? A resilient economy what shocks. Sikadaho or reserves. And tinsembi ba shocks no be then a boa or bibi abe follow on. But after we pay the excess capacity, after we have now taken about $5 billion to pay the depositors money, no, we never thought said there would be what? COVID. When COVID came, now I say, Obia, Oka shock absorbers has said, Rocko to rough road. What I say, into COVID hit us harder than it would have if we had built the shock absorbers coming out of HIPIC. The idea say, no, the history of what took us to where we are. Then after COVID, what did we do? Before COVID, near bond market, I could borrow, right? And right after COVID, we felt say all the big expenditures that we need to do now, we need to continue doing those expenditures. Yamubi say it's wrong. Ghana, and last year, your total receivables was 70 billion Ghana cedis. Out of the 70 billion Ghana cedis that receive emu 32 billion interest on loans. Now emu 40 billion salary for government workers. Okambomo is saying 72 billion. So right from day one, no, they cut 2 billion. But you can't budget. Now you say our expected revenue 130 billion, expected expenditure 150 billion. Meanwhile, you have never collected 80 billion before. Why are you putting your expected revenue at 130 billion? The only reason is because if he does his expected revenue at 70 billion and does the expenditure at 150, the gap is what? 80 billion. Everybody will scream. To make sure, say, or the expenditure no ever too closer to the revenue, he does a high unachievable revenue expenditure at 130. Meanwhile, on G70 krada. So Kwadwo Poku wants to change this narrative. Cut our coat according to our cloth. Yemma ukotela hwa o de 1 yard na koya no apam 1 yard ahyew. Untumi fa 1 yard nkotela ho na onko pese pam matakari ama. Nti 1 yard no ebe so na wafuda hwa 1 yard ni apam no wafuda ho.
Nigeria ni catch was say so that that do about that one. Mentintene. But otin say be wala area.
Thank you. So you cut your coat according to your cloth. The piano, our biggest problem with inflation and all those things has been the over expenditure. Trying to do projects that we don't have money to do. It's the colonial masters that gave us that make believe say even if you don't have money, we will lend you money. President Nsafoah, now your debt is 6 billion. At that time, it was 1-to-1, so it was 6 billion Ghana cedis, which was $6 billion in 2008. Any Fango 2007, first oil production 2011. 2010, and NDC for started say Omoko China, the first 1 billion loan I tell Ghana, Omoko Jiwa China ba. Yemu bi Jina TV ka say Munjai. Sikana efri Fango mubano, yen save ye save na says can dos one near the young puntu. Masa Nsafoah na wokano. Any started say then ye bobusia, ye bobusia, ye bobusia. Yes so MPP. Nana Dubai no also be there obetwa bosia body so eni
e den ma ade am cassette am so beto aso
there be some men no minya bamu but me a cassette ya abra minya bamu I can only advise minya bamu to make me advice what you say e beto aso eni imagine say anka yamfa bosia anto yanim President Nsafoah na $6 billion no ye de kakra bi na aka ho. Your ready budget, your revenue is 70 billion, expenditure, let's say about 15 or 10% of our revenue is our any borrow. Tiebe borrow be 15 billion binaka 17 ho. Enti sika ye kaya de no enkosrosa. Anke nei enisank ye tam 32 billion ekwede ekutua interest on loans. Enya you know, nyetrin no. Nyetrin no insihu no. O the 32 billion. Enti anka 32 billion into your projects Ghana.
And some power we can now share delegates now catch them. Now or share or catching or reaction.
And I may catch us say I'm the one who has the best message on the ground. They are so amazed and feel say look, this is the guy that's going to be president of Ghana. And to me, you answer all kind about inflation. No, if we cut our coat according to our cloth, we will do what? We will reduce taxes because we have reduced our burden on loans. We reduce taxes not one on crowded out the private sector because when government borrow more, they borrow from the market where private sector borrows from. In the private sector, no government in private sector can borrow cheaper. Private sector borrow cheaper, goods and services will be cheaper. When goods and services are cheaper, inflation is lower. Secondly, say one increase taxes and taxes. What are we reducing? We are reducing what is called disposable income. Disposable income, what you on what can you your salary amount, what you all the obligations, kakran can be track club and Starbucks no in the hall. And say it was set a buying oba. Well, the first thing is to help with standard of living. The only way you improve standard of living is to what? Get people to have more disposable income, less taxes. Less certain things. Enti e was say nipa no you empower them. Enti na nei ehia obia. Because we are not growing the wealth of the nation. Taxes eni edi kunipa. Meanwhile, Bosia Yakobo here from 2010. All the prosperity Yakobo Bosia no yanka say ye the taxes ni bitua. Ye say ye fango in the bitua. Fango no ye started at 180,000 barrels a day. And nei 120,000 barrels a day. That is why Kwadwo Poku I'm saying say somebody like me who understands the oil sector, and I've been in that sector for 22 years, I will raise that 120,000 to 500,000 barrels in less than 2 years. Very simple.
Now, finally, what's the oil? And the last one, Mabruno, I need that so. They say Mabruno, work on once, no more challenge, a woman was a Kesiepa, a unemployment.
The youth unemployment.
Yes. So, kwan ben dia hope e na wo de ama wo mo a enu ntine ama wo mo
akwa youth skill training and entrepreneurship training. Say na o read message bia obi a o si o pese wa obi akon high dan pese nipa betena ho na omusua adwuma. E kira say embabu ni mpa adwumasua enti obi kra no to encourage say nipa wa be sua adwuma wo ho no wakon high dan e ma free accommodation. We need to orient the kids better. Yesusa no na adepam obi apam ade e na kire say wako secondary school wako tertiary enti untumi enye carpenter. E na kire say enei wako university awie enti untumi enye plumber. It's the wrong orientation. Yesusa no yeso wabon onko carpenter, wabon onko sua adepam, wabon onko mechanic. No, enye omo ma bon na yesa adwuma no. Sure. My agenda is that TVET is a good program, but TVET should not only be for undergraduates. TVET should be for also postgraduates. Into what we school now, Tifia, you can go back and enroll in TVET. No suya and sanwejuma. Into I will say encourage in babuni bibri. No suya in sanwejuma. Ebe boa emem babuni so ide abobra ashomo ape obatna aware awo. Third. Yen nuanom mba bebre mastock ma omuska nuanom mema mastock ma omuska ye temska show munsem without any training. That is where the entrepreneurship training comes in. Nipa pie no me adwuma o kejeti adwuma o mo shop no yan chomo business papa no mudisua ye. Business is taught. So we need to teach people business. So entrepreneurship training, I want to bring that in so that we teach people business before we give them money as a capital. If not, it's kind of shit. So those are the things I want to introduce to do what? To now create. Then there's the third one, which is creative arts. See me? So you see here for TV so or more camera nechi a does see a take camera name. And you see a movie. If a movie set is on set, there is makeup artists, there is catering, there is carpenters who does the props. All those industry we should what encourage to now bring the youth into employment. You know be Instagram, Snapchat, so a makeup artist. But we can all do. We no be hair chat. Makeup. So we should encourage the youth into new areas to help them.
Okay.
What day?
Mama Paba.
One day. Ne text my bono kasa. Was it one mere, wa black, wada. Yamre you. Ya black yada. Uno abre. What day? MPP presidential Flagbearer race. Who is it?
Oh, Mali